What if the surviving spouse didn't elect to receive the 50% interest and the judge's order stated she had life estate rights and now the house is being sold? Who is entitled to receive the proceeds? So in a life estate situation, we have essentially two different type of ownership interest. So we have the life tenant, the person in this scenario, the woman who received the life estate interest, which means they have a present possessory interest in the home. They can actually live in the home during their lifetime. And we have the person with a remainder interest, or the remainderman. This can be one or more people. They do have a present ownership interest in the home, but they can't actually possess the home or go into the home or take the home as theirs until the life tenant passes away. However, there are times when both the life tenant and the remainderman decide they're going to sell the property during the life tenant's lifetime. And essentially, this is what has to happen. The life tenant can't just decide to sell the property on their own. The people with the remainder interest, person or people, they can't either. So they would have to get together and agree to sell the property. Now, when they do when they do sell the property, they're both entitled to proceeds, but the amount of the proceeds depends on the type of interest. So the life tenant is going to receive a portion of the sale, and it's subject to their life expectancy. So there's a way that this is figured out depending on how long they're expected to live. So obviously, the younger the life tenant is, the more the sale proceeds they'll receive. The older they become each year, they're going to receive less and less because their life expectancy is going to be less and less each year, and then the remainder interest would go up. However, one thing that's important to note when we're talking about a sale of the property while the life tenant is still alive, usually the property is going to be the life tenant's primary residence. So since they're living in it, they will most likely qualify for an exclusion for capital gains tax because there are exclusions for primary residence. Now, the people who have the remainder interest may not have ever lived in the home, or they may not have lived in the home in a very long time, which means they would be subject to capital gains tax when the house is sold. The people with the remainder interest do not get any kind of step up in basis in that scenario like you would during an inheritance. So this is an important thing to note because they could easily be losing a lot of money on the sale, depending on what the capital gains tax would be. So the answer to the question, who is entitled to receive the proceeds? Both the life tenant and the remainderman. The amount the life tenant receives is based on their life expectancy. So I hope this answers the question. If you have any other questions about life estate deeds, estate planning, asset protection, or elder law, and you are in Florida, please contact our firm, atCause Law Office. The link is in my bio.